Hi, everyone. Welcome to our very new, brand new segment. Those are the same thing. Called
Test out,
and
out.
yes, and
Brand new.
today's test out is all about Valentine's Day because it is Valentine's Day, and basically this new segment is going to be keeping our listeners buzz fed with some insane Buzzfeed quizzes because I think that's fun. They're fun to take. So are you ready to get started? Did you get the email?
I did. I'm ready.
That's amazing. Okay, so the first one that we're going to take is called There Are 5 Different Love Languages. What's yours? So this one is like, seems not in the same vein of like, pick a noodle shape and we'll tell you which dead celebrity you should be in a relationship with.
Right. The 5 love languages are an actual concept and
Yes.
a theory that has been peer reviewed.
Yes, it has been written by Sid Robinson, who is part of Buzzfeed staff. So, take that for whatever what it's worth. Follow them on Twitter, I guess. Okay, so I'll read the first one, and then you read the second one, and then should we do it that way?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. So first, pick your ideal date. Going to a bar for some drinks and pool. Oh, like the game pool. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I'd like to go for some pool. Like
pool our money and go on a date. Just like I like.
Yeah, going Dutch, which I think is like, that's a weird term, right? Still, that people say going Dutch.
I always think it means something else. And I'm always like, oh, then yeah, I guess that too.
It's like, oh, you want me to keep my wooden shoes on while we? Okay.
So there won't be any plugging?
I'm going to get clogged up, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do now. I've been listening.
I've been listening. Let's do the windmill. Okay. Staying in and watching a movie, a fancy candlelit dinner, making dinner together, or going to some sort of live show. Now, you tell me, which one of these is your pick?
Do you want to do this honeymoon style? Do you want to guess what mine is? Do you know? I know.
Are you frozen?
No, you're frozen. Can you hear
me? Now I can. Yeah.
Do you want to do this honeymoon style and newlywed style and you guess which one I would pick? Because I know. I already know these answers.
Oh, me guess which one you would pick?
That's not how this works. I'm like, joke's on you, CJ. I know what I would do. I already know the answer to my own opinion.
Well, the heart, I know,
all of it sound good, really.
That I disagree with.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
For me, I think that you would pick going to some sort of live show
Oh, yes!
Is that right?
Yeah, I thought you were
good.
thinking that. So I got
that was my first pick.
Okay.
My second pick was going to a bar for some drinks and pool because that's probably what you would have said.
100 years ago. I mean, 100 times over 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah,
so 200 years ago.
Yes. Which I still, if y'all want to go to a bar and get some pool, I'll drink some.
Yeah, bring your swim trunks. We're going pooling.
A year from now when we can. Sounds great.
Yeah. Hello. Okay, so which one? I already know which one I'm going to pick too.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to guess which one yours is? Let's see.
Oh.
I'd say making dinner together.
Close. Yeah, I would do fancy candlelit dinner. I love making dinner, but I love nothing more than going out. Like going out to eat is probably one of my favorite things in the world. And did this say first date? It didn't, but if you're going on a date with someone and you're over at their house or they're over at your house and you're making dinner together, the option of like not having sex with them is not really on the table in my brain. Whereas going out to a fancy candlelit dinner, it's like there's no stress, no anxiety. Nobody has to, you know what? You can just like part ways. Although depending on whether they pay or not.
Wait, you can just go home after that?
No.
Wait.
let's move on. That's the thing, is that every single one of these, I'm just like, but then you have to have sex with them afterwards. And they're like, wait, no, you don't.
I'm thinking the opposite with all of these. I'm like, well, then you have to have sex before you do all of these things. Because you're going to be so full. A candlelit dinner, full. Making dinner at home, full.
Yeah.
Drinks, full of drinks.
I mean, yeah. Plus the staying in and watching a movie, popcorn, going to some sort of live show on acid. Like, yeah, you're out of option. All right, let's move on to the next one. You read this one.
All right. What's a big turnoff for you on a date? The options are: if your date is rude to the waiter, if your date shows up late, if your date consistently checks their phone, if your date isn't the cuddly type.
What?
If your date doesn't like the restaurant you've chosen. One of these is non-consensual type questions. I'm sorry, I'm trying to wait.
That one is, you make a good point. That's also really fun. Can you guess which one? Yeah, I didn't consent to them not liking my restaurant choice. That one's fucking wild. I'm sorry, but like,
that is
like the restaurant you've chosen, that's a turnoff. It doesn't say anything about you as well.
No,
maybe that's not entire. If you're like, let's go on a first date to George Webb's, like maybe not, depending on who you're going with, right? Like I could still see that being cute and fun. But even then, it's like people are allowed to have it. There's only one to me that is very clear. The rest of them are easily excusable. It is never okay to be rude to the waiter.
Hundo P. Never.
If you're rude to the waiter, you're a shitty person.
Right.
And I will not
rude to the fast food operator. Don't be rude to your barista. If you're rude to someone in front of me on a date, the date is over at that point. Yeah. I'll have already regretted having sex with you at that point of the date.
So yeah, if your date is rude to the waiter, like if you show up late, I can forgive that, depending on how late. If you constantly check your phone,
annoying,
but yeah, it's annoying. You're a product of your environment. People, I don't do that. I don't like checking my phone. If your date isn't the cuddly type, I don't like PDA kind of at all. So that's fine with me.
I love the cuddly type, but that's not like that. Someone saying I was turned off because they weren't the cuddly type, that person is on a list. Like, that's a problem. Somebody's looking for you.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah, that's an incel red flag if I've ever heard one
Somebody
before.
Is changing your name to their therapist right as we speak. Because they didn't go to the police. Because
the police won't do anything. Yeah.
No. Not because it wasn't that big of a deal. It's not what I meant. But I mean, like, you know, if they say the cuddly type, they're probably not the worst, but they're definitely not the best.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you are aware of the fact that someone is turned off because you weren't the cuddly type, you got to run the other way. Because it's one thing to be like, I prefer someone who are you kidding? I prefer someone who has PDA or who likes PDA. Like that can totally be your prerogative. But like being vocal about how you wish you could like hold and squeeze someone on a date is really weird. Like I don't get into that at all. Okay, so what's the best present your partner could give you?
Ooh.
We have 2 tickets to see your favorite band, breakfast in bed, a little love note, a back massage, or nice jewelry.
Well, all this makes me think of my father. So creepy. No, honestly, I would say 2 tickets to my favorite band because I feel like I'm a fucking realistic person. And I'm like, thanks for the love note. Thanks for the back massage. Thanks for the breakfast in bed. But it's like, this is actually a gift. Like, I mean, I feel like, oh my God, I'm such an asshole. But
no,
like, I I would do that stuff for my partner, like as a fucking Sunday, you know, like
right.
Somebody's a little sore, you get a little back massage. Somebody's a little, sad, you give them a little love note.
I see what you're saying.
Like, I don't think of them as like big to-dos, the other ones. But if I'm like, oh, I was just thinking about you today, so I bought you fucking band tickets. What can't think of one band? I'm so bad at improv now.
You also like did this. I was like, are they going to go see DJ Khaled?
Kiss my hand for seeing this band. I was sliding the tickets across the really high table.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah, you were
above the table.
You were at a Buffalo Wild Wings giving him the ticket.
Yes. Now, okay, this one's for me.
Now give me my mango habanero. Okay, I see that for you. I actually see your point, but I still disagree with you.
I'm excited.
Just because I have gotten stuff. I've gotten all these things before. Well, not entirely true, but I have gotten a lot of these things, and like when I receive them, one of them feels the best, and that's the back massage.
Physically, yes.
Well, no, like I feel like cared for in a different way than other ways. Even if I might enjoy myself more, like breakfast in bed is always like, oh, that's so nice. A little love note is like, oh, that's so cute. I would say like a love note would be my second choice. And that nice jewelry is easily last for me. Like I don't own anything.
I totally forgot about that one too, because I'm just like, I'm not a big jewelry person.
I'm not even a big nice thing person.
No.
But 2 tickets to see your favorite band would be the coolest, like experience wise. And I like giving that stuff too. Like that's my favorite. But my favorite thing to get would be something that makes me feel like physically closer, That's
beautiful. I love that. That's funny. The other ones are like, oh, I love you. Oh, we're closer. Oh, physical and emotional connection. And then I'm like, dude, fucking tickets?
No,
tickets
but here's
to a band show?
But you still can't come up with the name of a band. A band show?
There's so many.
I will say that is not, you're selling yourself short a little bit there, because I still think that create that experience, especially if you take the other person with you, which I think it's implied that you would. But
that'd be pretty fucking funny though.
That would be, oh my God. Me
and Ashley are gonna have a fucking blast.
Although there might be some scenarios where like that's the point, where it's like if the other person is clearly not into whatever you're getting the tickets for, it's like you and your best friend can go do this thing, whatever.
I mean, that guy, I love that guy.
Who is that guy?
He's wonderful, wonderful man.
That's a good, well, the great thing about that is like 3 people get gifts. You get the gift, your best friend gets a gift, and then he gets the gift of not having to go.
Yes, of not having to go. That's what I was saying.
Is that what you... I don't think. Oh, you made a... I just realized what face you were making, the blowjob face. All right, let's go.
I have a dimple on this side and no dimple on this side.
It's popped out.
Yeah.
It got popped out like a fucking dent in your car. It got popped out by dicks.
I can pop that dimple out. What? But on the inside.
Why are they shaving? Oh my God. Okay, we're never gonna finish. You have to.
We've got to do like 4 questions.
You have to do the next one.
Okay, it's my job. Okay, we're gonna go through these next ones a little quicker. Ready?
Yeah. Yes.
What do you think is your biggest flaw as a partner? Ooh. Okay, you're too type A. You get too comfortable. You can be forgetful. You're not the best at communicating. You can be forgetful. You get pissed off easily.
Wait a minute. Did you just read? You're such a meme. Oh my God. You're killing me today. That is so fucking funny. You can be forgetful. Could be. Mine's pretty easy. It's funny too, because I feel like Will can be kind of here. I looked over at him for a second. He was smiling while you were reading all the options.
I'm so excited. I have
And
no
he was
idea
like,
what it was going to be.
I am definitely not it's you're not the best at communicating. I am fantastic at communicating.
I think
Like
so.
that is not a problem for me. I would say all the other ones can be for sure, but I get pissed off easily. I'm definitely like I get very like bothered by small things, which I'm working on. But
it's not the size of the thing. It's how it affects you.
It's the motion of it. Yes. Right.
The emotion of the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna pick you're pissed off easily. I would say like I can be forgetful would be my second one, but like I'm not just that as a partner. Like that's sort of my life mantra.
I think you judge yourself more harshly than the average bear judges themselves as when it comes to forgetfulness and sincerity and stuff. Because I feel like you're a notch above. You're like in honors and you're like getting a B, let's say, in forgetfulness or whatever. You're already
okay.
Great.
That is very kind of you.
Test it out.
Yeah, I've tested out of this this mortal coil. That doesn't make sense. Does that mean I died?
I think so.
That's what Shakespeare meant. Test out of this mortal coil so that you can.
Love that though.
So which one are you then?
I think it would be that I get too comfortable.
Mm.
And it's so funny because it's like the first little bit I'm like, I don't want to toot in front of you, but then once that gone.
Is that a flaw though? Like the too comfortable one is the only one that I think, because type A makes sense. Communicating for sure, not being the best at communicating is not great for long-term relationships at all. Being forgetful is pretty annoying. Getting pissed off easily is pretty annoying. But too comfortable?
Maybe that's why I picked it. I'm like too affectionate in a relationship as a partner. I'm too adorable.
I think I get it in terms of like being too like getting too comfortable as in like not trying enough. But I don't think there's any way that you can be like I
Plus, who doesn't like to get comfortable and more comfortable? I would always be unsettled by someone who was like, I'd like to be less comfortable, please. Like if a dog got up and, turned in a circle counterclockwise before it laid down. I think that makes it uncomfortable. I don't know how it works, but.
Yeah. And then walked on its four legs and then, right, slept that way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go to the next one.
Sweet. Am I reading this one?
I don't remember. No, you read the last one. I read this one. Right?
Yes. You're totally right.
I'm forgetful. Which quality is most important in a partner? We have loyalty, sense of humor, intelligence, level-headedness, and kindness.
Oh my God.
This is tough because, like, frankly, none of these feel like they're all important, but I don't know if I would consider any of them to be the most important.
Yeah.
Like I would say loyalty to me feels like it's like the least important because like, what does that even really mean? Like to me, loyalty oftentimes means fealty. And I think that's not a healthy thing for relationships.
It's some sort of what's the word that moms use? Unconditional love. Nope. I don't want that. I don't want anyone to have that. That seems dangerous. There should be some conditions.
100%. Yeah. I think that the idea of it is nice, but I think in practice, it's like, it's not even really a thing. The idea of like someone who is not your mother having unconditional love, like your parents. And I think even your parents probably don't have that.
Probably not.
Parents have limits.
Yeah. My dad listened to some of this podcast and I'm questioning now. So.
All right. So which one is it for you? Which one's the most important to you?
See, I want to say kindness or intelligence, but I'm going to say sense of humor. Just kidding. No, yeah. It's so bad though, but I can't. It's a sense of humor. Oh, okay. I can't. It's got to be kindness. 100% kindness.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's the most important because it is one of the things that I cherish about myself. And I feel like being in a relationship with someone. Wait, what?
If we're both kind, then who plays the bad cop? Then what?
I think kindness it's not that sense of humor isn't important. It's just that like it's way more important for me to have. I don't want a comedian. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to. That's for me. I prefer kindness. I think like because that is like blanket level. Like that's always attractive, right? Yeah.
I totally agree. It's hard.
It is hard because they're all important. I mean, I don't want a dum-dum. Loyalty is, I mean, I have to be able to believe that you do what you say you're going to do. But other than that,
I feel like they're also related too. And also, okay, and this is not coming from a like, oh, I think I'm so amazing, but this is coming from like, I know that I'm so amazing. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, okay, just thinking about it from an outside perspective and from, I don't want to give away my my relationship status before this is a different quiz. I've ruined that instead of what I thought I was ruining. So listeners, watchers, viewers, CJ.
Ruin whatever you want. Just
I already have. So now that I've forgotten everything that I was going to say.
You were going to ruin you were going to ruin something, but this was not the thing that you thought you were going to ruin. And
right.
Your something about a relationship status?
So I am coming at this from a relationship status of single.
Right.
As I'm reading this list, all I can think is, well, they would have all of these things. All of these things are equally important, except for loyalty.
I think that's true. That's sort of why it's like, well, I'm going at it from the approach of like, if you could remove all of the rest of them, what would need to stay? And to me, that's kindness.
Yes, that's I like looking at it that way. We're in agreement. Kindness.
Yeah. Gotta be kind.
Moving on.
All right.
And lastly, which would be a deal breaker for you in a relationship? Your partner criticizing you in a constructive, your partner criticizing you in a non-constructive way, your partner forgetting your birthday, anniversary, date night, etc. Your partner not making you a priority, not seeing your partner for long periods of time, your partner not being intimate with you. Those are all of them. And the only reason I laughed at that last one, I'm not laughing at that question. I'm just laughing because I thought it said something else.
What did you think it said?
I thought it said your partner not being inhuman to you. And I was like, I don't know.
Can't my partner just be a chest burster? Oh.
Yes, just lay there. How many women have said that? All of us.
Hello.
Yeah.
Stop
moving.
This one's wild again. Because there are ones where I'm just like, are there really people that consider someone birthday is rough. If your partner forgets your birthday, that feels awful. But I have had important people in my life forget my birthday, and they are still in my life. It just sucked when it happened, but like that isn't, to me, that being a deal breaker is like why people can't keep relationships.
Yes. And I feel like I'm a little triggered by the term deal breaker in general. I'm just like, ooh, aren't these situations fairly neutral? Like, can't we assess them case by case, please?
Absolutely.
I mean, having boundaries is one thing.
Yeah.
But having boundaries for another person, like if you, as this person, do this to me specifically, we're done forever. I feel like that's very dramatic. I'm not the type to be done forever with people.
Yeah, I think
despite my best efforts. I'm just kidding.
I think maybe if the approach is thinking more along the lines of like you're just starting to date this person rather than it not being like
red flags.
Yeah. So maybe it's more of like if they do this now, like what's it going to be like down the line? Which I can see. But again, like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it to everybody who may be watching / listening. You should probably have these conversations, no matter if you're still interested in the person, if they make a mistake, before you go and sit around with like 8 other people and be like, what do you think I should do?
It's a deal breaker? What do you think is a deal breaker? What's that even mean?
It's what it, because I agree with you wholeheartedly. None of these things immediately seem like they could not be overcome with a little bit of communication and understanding. That being said, there is a glaring one to me that for me would be not necessarily like a deal breaker, but is like, that sucks the most, is your partner not being intimate with you.
Oh, that's
that one feels the hardest for me, because all the other things is like your partner not making you a priority. That's fine. They don't. I should be making myself
subjective as hell.
Subjective as hell, and also like I should be making myself a priority, and they should be making themselves a priority. So if they're in the midst of trying to make themselves a priority, like I shouldn't be trying to like take away from that and be like, yeah. You know, I do like attention. Do not get me wrong, but like not seeing your partner for long periods of time. I mean, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Like I like seeing people for long periods of time. I also like understand that that's not possible. Again, the forgetting the anniversary shit is like whatever that's happened, and your partner criticizing you in a non-constructive way. People are going to do that all throughout your entire life. And if you can't deal with that, then you shouldn't have relationships with anybody, including romantic ones, because people will talk about things that they know nothing about, and they'll be angry with you or about a situation, and they'll say things that they don't mean. It just happens, you know? Right.
And initially I hadn't really been considering your partner not being intimate with you as seriously as I am now, but you make some great points. And actually, I mean, honestly, it's like, where are the lines between an intimate relationship, like a romantic relationship, and just a familial, like French or a friendship relationship type of thing? It's like, that is like the biggest aspect of it. That's like saying like, your romantic partner is no longer romantic to you. Is that a problem? It's like, well, we're in the market for. So, I mean, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
My initial thought was your partner criticizing you in a non-constructive way. And I think that's because I'm ultra sensitive.
I mean, I do. And I think that one, that what I said about it is like more of like my objective thought about it, not necessarily what I believe in practice.
Yes, I feel that too. I feel that. And like, yeah, objectively, I'm like, yeah, this isn't normal. Everyone does this. And then subjectively, I'm like, but
yeah. It's
Am I pretty? Am I pretty? Shut up. Yes.
There's anything but yes.
The answer.
All right. So which one do you pick?
I think I'm gonna have to do your partner not being intimate with you. And I also say that to say that's usually been a good sign for me in the past, that things are not working out well. It felt like kind of like there would be other problems that I could ignore, but then as like so much time went by, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want that. And it's more obvious now. Having said that, I've went months without having sex before as a teenager, when I was a virgin. I don't know. I was gonna try to come out with a better.
What's the end game here with this?
There's no point anymore. So you see it. I'm trying to finish my speech. I can't. I'm not a finisher.
I know what you mean. So here's the thing: is that like I don't necessarily consider it. Intimacy and sex feel very different for me, because I have had plenty of sex without intimacy, and I've had plenty of intimacy without sex. And
I don't know if I have, at least not faked intimacy.
Well, I guess, okay, maybe that's the thing. I would say that it's maybe not plenty, which is why I need it so much, is because I have had a ton of sex without intimacy.
Right.
But like I have gotten such little actual intimacy that it feels so special when I do experience it. Does that make sense?
It does. And you know, I think you're right. Thank you, Buzzfeed. I'm going to be thinking about like all of my previous sexual encounters very differently after this fucking short, vague quiz. I'm like, now I'm open a Pandora's box.
Oh my God. All right. What's your love language?
Should I read mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I got physical touch.
Okay, read it out.
For you, physical touch, whether it's sex or just hand holding, is the biggest indicator of love. You need to be physically close to someone to feel close, and you constantly read into body language to gauge what others are thinking or feeling. Going long spans of time without intimacy or any sort of human touch quickly makes you lose interest, grow cold, and sometimes even build resentment. Thanks, COVID. Thanks, COVID-19. Oh, no wonder I'm not sexually attracted to any of my friends over Zoom anymore. In real life, I could just high five them and be like,
You're right.
They're not cuddling.
Sex high five. Yeah.
Yes.
I got the same thing. So
no way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. We answered all the last four questions. We answered the same.
Yes. How do you feel about? What do you think how do you feel? How accurate do you feel like that is for you?
I think it's 100% accurate.
Yeah,
I think that like typically the actual quiz it gives you a couple of different ones. But the thing is like physical touch for me it is like it's I don't know.
This is with the massage too. Massage.
Yeah. It's that one's tough for me because I don't necessarily enjoy being touched. You know what I mean? It's not like
like in general, by the general.
Yeah, especially not now. So it makes sense for me, but it also feels very like inappropriate for some reason.
Yes.
I don't know
if you want to do it less.
It just feels like that's a weird one to get for some, and I don't know why. It's fine, right? Like we both got it. It makes sense. You need physical touch. But I think it's just as like it feels exposed to hear that, to see that, to be like, I just want somebody to put their hands in my hair or whatever. It's like, yes. God, could I be any gayer?
No, that's all I want. But I'm a woman, so we're already pretty gay ourselves. I don't know what that means, but if yours is offensive, then mine's offensive.
I mean, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, and so do you.